Oh, are we live? I don't know if we're live. Hello, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. There are other people joining, but they're sorting themselves out. So I'm just going to start with a little intro. I'm going to ask that age-old question. Who are you going to call?
Well done, man. That was good. That was good. That was your first intro on your own. That was cool.
It wasn't doing it.
It's all right. You did well. You just got to let it go, and then it automatically comes on. I'm assuming Dan's ready, so I'm going to bring Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve. There's 10 people in. Thank you guys for watching our excellent botch intro. For those that are watching on Soundsphere over on the Give Me a Whole Year podcast, I usually get it wrong. So wrestling fans here will understand what it was.
The funniest intro ever, wasn't it, Joe? It's just me essentially fumbling over technology. Is going to be a lot more of that.
We are currently live on Soundsphere's YouTube and on Give Me a Whole Year's YouTube. This is the movie night that we're bringing back. We are doing this on Soundsphere's Facebook as well. We're going to bring Graeme and Charlotte from the Comic Sphere in, and we're also going to bring Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve. The people that watch Give Me a Whole Year will know who Dan Reed is, of the mighty Pro Wrestling Eve, one of the greatest women's wrestling organizations on the planet. I'm just going to bring him in now while I get Charlotte and Graeme settled in. So I'm just going to leave you again. Jay, I'm sorry that I keep having to leave
me. I don't know what I'm doing.
We know, you know how professional we are here. Right, I'm bringing Dan in. And
he has. He's done exactly what he said. He brought me in. Can you hear me though? That's the next thing.
Oh, I can hear you just fine.
We can hear you. Right, I'm bringing. I'm going to go and settle Graeme and Charlotte in. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, just talk amongst ourselves, and then he just fucks off, just like that.
How are you doing, Dan? You're right.
I'm alive, Venkman. How are you?
I feel so funky.
You feel funky? Oh, very good. Very good. I can see you and I are going to get on, Jay.
I am the biggest Ghostbusters nerd of all time. I mean, probably not of all time, but I'm one of the biggest Ghostbusters nerds that I know. I'm wearing my Ghostbusters t-shirt. I've got a little proton pack from when I was about 4 years old. I've got all my little Ghostbusters toys still here. I've got my little Stay Puft and my little figures here.
I haven't got most of my figures. I've got some of my figures here. You can actually see Egon in the background there. I do have those. They're upstairs though, on top of the wardrobe and a nice cabinet thingy. It's not a wardrobe. It's a big thing that's got glass thingy. Yeah, but it's top of the stairs. And I'm not going and getting stuff off the top of there. I've got, of course, the ridiculously overpriced, it was in the UK, special edition of the Afterlife and the first two Ghostbusters.
Yeah, also, I got that too. I don't have it on me. It's in the other room, but I got that too. It was so needlessly expensive for essentially.
It was $100 in the States, and we paid 150 quid in this country. Sony, you bastards. Like, Sony UK, you bastards.
Yeah, but I have it, and I can die in when I'm in the gutter, and I'm just like
hold it.
I don't have a roof over. I'll hold my Blu-ray 4K set of Ghostbusters, and
absolutely, as will I. My wife will leave me. My kids will disown me, and to be honest, it will be worth it. All of my Ghostbuster shirts, I'm about to say, are in the wash. So I just made sure that I was wearing my Reitman badge. On this,
nice. I like that bit of Reitman going on.
Exactly, it's got to be done. I know exactly. I have a Spengler on as well, but that's on another coat, and I couldn't find that coat. Brilliantly doing well round here, I tell you. So I was gonna do I put that on? Plus, I bought a couple of spares as well, but then I'm like, I'm probably gonna lose them. You know, like if I start moving them around, everything's on display, and I like that. You know, so I try to all the stuff that's worth a little bit of money, I tend to keep elsewhere, not in my house. Because otherwise definitely. They'll fall the same way of my Hasbro carded Andre the Giant figure, which is now worth something like 500, 600 quid, which is
Jesus.
One day it'll just randomly fall off its display area and be eaten by my dog. So that's, yeah, right, exactly. But nonetheless, I'm excited. Why is Dom anti-Ghostbusters? What is his problem? What is his major malfunction?
So Dom and I have had many disagreements over the years, but none so intense as his dislike for fantasy, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and for some reason Ghostbusters. He thinks fantasy is
Television
whimsical. Yeah, he's just like Lord of the Rings is whimsical and stupid, and it's all elves and pixies and things like that. And I'm like, but it's also flipping amazing. And he just has this issue, and he hates Star Wars for the same reason. But he loves Star Trek. He loves Star Trek, and he hates Labyrinth. So we did it. I made him watch Labyrinth, and he absolutely hated it. His thing was Labyrinth is rubbish because it's all just David Bowie's crotch for 2 hours. And I said, well, that's why it's incredible, obviously.
That was actually a large part. That was a directing choice as well, wasn't it? To literally make young teenage girls feel in a way they hadn't felt before. You know,
exactly. It's a lot of people's sexual awakening was that film.
That's right.
So I don't know what his beef with Ghostbusters is. We a few months ago watched Ghostbusters, the first one, the OG. He said it was like he had seen it. I actually don't think he's seen Ghostbusters 2, but he said that Ghostbusters 1 was 3 out of 10. So we made him watch
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Obviously, I'm 100 out of 10 for these films. All three of them. And then at the end he said, it's about a 7. It's gone up in my estimation. It's about a 7 out of 10. And we're here trying to talk some sense into him is what we're trying to do.
Well, the thing is, it's like what he doesn't get as well. And I think what a lot of people that watch Ghostbusters now don't get is how revolutionary it was for its time. And Absolutely. It's not just in the special effects. The special effects were revolutionary. And if anyone ever knows the story about how, I mean, they literally created an entire company because of this movie. But if anyone ever really discovers how much went into Ghostbusters in such a short amount of time, I mean, they only had 13 months to actually get this thing done.
Yeah, and they hadn't even finished the script at that point, I don't think. And they
That's
had
right.
to, re-edit it, and it's mad.
They came up with the cross the streams line on the day because they didn't have a finish for it.
Yeah,
which is crazy, especially when you think about, oh my God, this is just one of those situations in life where it was meant to be, because it just made so much from everything that had been set up. Was it well explained? Not particularly. We don't argue. But it was such. And the other thing is, I think a lot of films nowadays, especially when they're, Ghostbusters is it's a comedy, but there's also sci-fi and fantasy, and there's also some action in it as well. I think nowadays everyone's just so much looking for that one line that I think a lot of movies are missing story. And Ghostbusters has a beautiful story. I think. And that's why I think that so many of us loved so much about Afterlife when that came out, is it just had such a beautiful story. It wasn't just about getting the one-liners in. Yes, there was one-liners in. You're talking 3 of the best improv, actors of the day, all together, along with Ivan Reitman directing. But it was a good story mixed within this comedy that was also carrying it. It wasn't just one-liners after another.
It was one of those things that you get used to it, because obviously I was born in 1982, so I
same.
So we're old, woohoo! And the thing is, I know it's so depressing, isn't it?
Right.
I don't know a life without Ghostbusters. There was 2 years before Ghostbusters happened, and it was my first big obsession. And I keep saying to people, it wasn't just about this one film and then the sequel, which obviously isn't as good, but it's still fun. It was the cartoon, it was the comic books, it was the toys, it was the sticker albums, and the lunch boxes, and I had it all. It was, in terms of merchandise, it was absolutely insane, and it was such an original idea as well. I just love the concept of a bunch of people who are essentially exterminators just your average Joe exterminator, but they're exterminating ghosts. And and the cartoon took it to a next level and made it more insane and fantastical. I just loved it.
And the thing is, there wasn't anything really. That was the biggest thing, realistically, since I want to say like Star Wars, and there wasn't anything really like Ghostbusters again until Turtles came along. You know, and that was really like, I suppose they were like the big three of that era. It went Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Turtles, and I don't know what came after Turtles because by that point I was into wrestling. So it possibly was wrestling, actually.
Possibly wrestling, yeah. You got Transformers, you got your Thundercats that weren't as big, and I was watching the first two Bill and Ted films with somebody recently, and just remembering how brilliant they were. But
the first Bill and Ted film as well came out in the same year as Ghostbusters 2. That's an 89. 89 for 89. Movies is just a ridiculous year for movies. I don't know if it's ever been repeated, like quite the level of blockbuster and cult level of movies all in one year.
I mean, 1999 was just the insanely good films. Everything that came out in 1999 was absolutely fantastic. Green Mile, Sixth Sense, Star Wars Episode 1, American Beauty. It was just like one of those years where everything was just insanely good. But 1989 was fantastic for cult things.
99, I don't remember. I'll need to look into more 99.
It was a little bit of a phenomenon. Just go on Wikipedia and look at all the films. You'll be like, wow, Fight Club came out that year, and so did this film. Like all these iconic movies that are like such a big deal.
So it really was a bit much like 89 as well, because 89 you had obviously the biggest film. What was at that time the biggest film of all time? Batman come out, and like Batman, the summer of 89 itself was just mental. Because
and when you're a kid, this is the thing. We were kids at the time. When you're a kid, and this comes out, and you're just thinking, "Wow, this like the Proton Pack," which I am obviously sporting right now, my really broken ass toy. It was the sort of modern version of the lightsaber. It was like about a few years after Star Wars, and it was like having this thing that you could just shoot out, and for kids it was just fantastic.
Where's your styrofoam? Remember the styrofoam?
Oh, that rotted away long ago, and
it would have done.
I've got a bit of cable, man. This was a well used toy. You can see just how bloody well used.
My trap didn't last; it broke. So
my trap's over there. My trap did okay. I actually still have a cap, a Ghostbusters cap from 1985 or whenever it was.
Amazing.
Don't know where it's gone though. I found it recently and I've lost it again. But yeah, I just think that it was a phenomenon. It was way beyond just this one movie. Yes, it was a brilliant movie. Yes, it was really fun. 3-4 of the best comedy improv actors ever of their time just put in this one movie, improvising like crazy. A brilliant director, a brilliant script. Really, truly original idea that wasn't based off any other pre-existing property. It was its own original idea. That's what I keep saying about Beetlejuice. Like, original idea, and you think, who came up with that?
And original ideas are so rare these days as well. It's one of the things that everything now. I mean, for example, I went and saw Where the Crawdads Sing. Well, that's based on a book. So as brilliant as it is, it's still coming from something else. The thing that's so exciting about Nope, which is just come out in the States and comes out here in a couple of weeks' time, is Nope is an original idea as a movie, and there's not many of them, that floats around the scene anymore. I just saw You Don't Know Jack say that there was also James Bond 16. That was Living Daylights, if I can remember, in 89 as well, which was a bit of I don't want to say a bomb, but it certainly wasn't what one would expect. From at least globally, obviously James Bond has always been more over here and European based popularity, but
I think it's always done rather well in the States, but it's definitely a British property, isn't it? But
yes,
Jack has put a lot of Jack's commented a lot, and it's mostly Ghostbusters quotes. So I love this.
Well, he got that wrong because it's I love this town.
It's I love this town, isn't it?
So screw you, Jack. You're not allowed to be here anymore.
It's got to be
no,
some
you are.
cockroach.
Please do.
Spent working Halloween dressed in full Ghostbusters costume. I got the photos on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So the question mentioned there, based on what you don't know, what Jack just said, was from me to you, Jay. Did you order the HasLab Proton Pack?
I couldn't afford it.
I
wanted
completely
to
understand.
I wanted to with every fiber of my being, but
I will be honest.
I just couldn't.
I brought out the credit card for it. I was just like, this is why I have a credit card right there.
That's true. Yeah, I should probably get one for that.
So it was like, I try not. The only reason why I usually use a credit card is obviously in my job as a wrestling promoter. I'm buying lots of flights. If you buy flights on credit cards, they're more protected than if you buy it on your debit card. So that's what I mainly use the credit card for, is just purely for buying flights. But in this case, I was like, yeah, okay. I'm going to be a bit naughty here and do exactly that.
Yeah, it was like 400 quid basically, wasn't it, for the thing I've always wanted since I was a kid. And I was
500.
500, yeah. There you go, 500
you've
quid.
got to get and then you've got, of course, get the Neutrona one separately, which is another 100.
Yeah.
So it's realistically
that's
600 quid. No, that's bullshit. That is bull. Come on, what are you doing? Like, they go together.
They go together.
That was bullshit.
Even this toy from battered up thing from the 80s came with the bloody neutrino one. God.
It was so bullshit.
Anyway, so Jack said there's a big Twinkie. And also Dom is anti-Ghostbusters because he hates fun. We are still waiting for Dom and Graeme and Charlotte to join. Well, so what's happening is a very special event. So
okay. Well,
Dom,
obviously it's Ghostbusters.
Obviously, and you're here and I'm here. But also Graeme and Charlotte are joining Dom in his house. So pretty soon we'll get going with this thing, but I'm going to wait till they turn up. And all three of them are going to be on camera, probably fighting for the microphone, which is why I'm in charge of all the techie stuff and, pressing play, which I'll probably mess up. Totally messed up the intro. So
it was a fun intro to watch,
Yeah, me just going, what's happening? I've pressed the button. Nothing's happening.
You were pressing it over and over again.
I pressed it a good couple of. I think I pressed it once and waited, and then I did what I always do, which is like kept pressing it like that,
and then
it went wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good
anyway,
start.
Jack, it's a good. Yeah, start which you mean to go on. There's a big gap between Star Trek and Star Wars, but I know what you mean. I mean, yeah, that was me talking about how Dom likes Star Trek, which is more sci-fi. He likes the fact there's a science part of the science fiction element, whereas Star Wars is just pure fantasy. That's fine. But when he comes on, we'll ask him, because seriously, he's wrong. The cartoon was awesome. It was awesome.
Cartoon was awesome. But I don't know, how did you feel once they started changing the voices? Once we lost Renzo and, once, what's his name that played Winston left, like, because I felt that really there was a drop as well between seasons 3 and 5 as opposed to seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, a definite drop in quality. I mean, as a kid, I didn't notice that the voices had changed really because I was too young. But yeah,
I just want to quickly say hello to No Sidious, by the way. Hello, No Sidious. Thank you for joining.
Hello. But yeah, seriously, I remember the quality of the cartoon getting worse and worse and worse.
Yes.
And then it became Slimer and the Ghostbusters.
And the real Ghostbusters, that's right. Yeah.
And it was him, and I was just like, it's just it's just about Slimer dicking around, and the Ghostbusters are secondary to their own show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
would that have been around like 87, 80? Would that have been around 87 when they changed that? So that would have been when it was starting to fight with turtles and a very assortment.
I'm Googling the Ghostbusters cartoon. It was 7 series. It started in 1986.
7 series.
7 apparently. And it ended in 1991.
Yeah, I remember it was early 90s, which makes sense. I remember it ended early,
So I think
that.
at that point, Ghostbusters fever was done. People were into Turtles by that point, which then Turtles was my second obsession.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Ghostbusters, Turtles, and then wrestling, came along.
And then wrestling.
Yeah, and, subsequently a career. So it was, and then, like my Ghostbusters figures, the wrestling figures that you couldn't get, my Ghostbusters figures then started doubling up. Well, I can't get this person, so this Ghostbuster figure will do it. And of course, there was such an assortment of different Ghostbuster figures because you had the normal Ghostbuster figures. Then there was the Fright series where you squeeze their arm and they would do, and their face would come, open up.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them in the other room. Yeah, they do that and their head spin. They were more cartoony, weren't they?
That's right. Yeah. Which, is realistically Ghostbusters 2, which is what we're, watching tonight. So much of that movie is influenced from the series, and there was so much, there was so many more, directions from the studio to make this more like the actual cartoon and not so much a straight sequel in many ways to the first movie. So they had to bridge that, because of the such, incredible success of the real Ghostbusters cartoon. So we'll see that this evening. We're interested to see people that, like Dom. I don't know. Has Graeme and Charlotte seen Ghostbusters 2? Do we know?
I'm sure they have. I think
they haven't lived under a rock.
I know they're pretty big fans, as far as I'm aware. So
good.
I think it should. I think basically it's going to be about 4 or 5 people against Dom, and probably everyone in the comments as well against Dom.
Well, I've also shared this in the numerous Ghostbusters Facebook groups as well. So hopefully we'll get some people joining us from there. So we can, I mean, it feels like bullying, but and I'm not a fan of bullying. No bullying. Unless it's Ghostbusters related and Dom is the person.
If you don't like Ghostbusters, you deserve to be run out of town, basically.
That's right.
Pitchfork.
Exactly. Also, you know what else you deserve to run out of town, Pitchfork? If you say that the show's starting at 9:30 for a watch along, and 25 minutes later you're still not on the fucking stream, that was also is also another reason for being run out of this town. Anything to get out of bloody doing this watch along, I'm guessing, for Dom right now. So that's another thing. Jack just said License to Kill is James Bond 16. He is absolutely right. Of course it is. Other movies that we had come out in 1989, Major League, which was a major film. Which I don't know if people forget just how big of a movie that was for Charlie Sheen. That wasn't even a top, like you got that. You had Twins, which is another Ivan Reitman movie, which Arnold Schwarzenegger said, really made a point of saving his career because nobody wanted to cast Schwarzenegger in anything other than just the standard action film. And Reitman, who's the director of Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and really a lot of Afterlife as well, he was the person that was the first person really, once Schwarzenegger had made a name for himself, to start putting him in comedies. And, Arnie was, been very thankful to him as a result of that. Field of Dreams. Uncle Buck was 89.
Uncle Buck is great. I love that film. That's bloody great.
Look Who's Talking. That's another one.
Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, and I think people forget just how big of a movie Look Who's Talking really was.
An immense film at the time, wasn't it? I remember seeing that and being like, well, I've just had a text from somebody who was watching saying, quoting, "It was just Slimer dicking around, mate. No. I've been told off already for saying that Slimer and the real Ghostbusters is just Slimer dicking around." So
he was.
I'm already in trouble.
It was, for example, I think like most Ghostbusters, well, most ghost heads, obviously your friend, is a no, do kind of, realize what that period of time was when it was just Slimer and the real Ghostbusters. That was, we know we're at the end, let's milk this cow and just see what happens as a result. Yeah. Because
the animation quality was less, and it was just more slapsticky. But we've got some people joining. David Bowie riding a tiger on a rainbow. Hello there.
Looks like you've got a wind blowing through your hair, Dan. Thank you, Ant.
Yeah. Hope you're staying cool. Yeah. Well.
Can you hear the fan? I do have a big old fan. It is bloody hot here. So,
Is it your Bonnie Tyler moment?
Yes, it absolutely is. Just not quite as I always imagined it as a youngster.
And Michael Pagnotta. Hey guys, how
Hey,
you
Michael.
doing? Hello. Nice to meet you. Everyone's saying hello. We've also got a comment about the 2016 Ghostbusters, which I don't remember a Ghostbusters film coming out in 2016.
I'm all right with it. I know it gets a lot of hate, but you know what? It was what it was, and it introduced a load of new people to Ghostbusters who have simply found, and it wasn't.
It was fun. It wasn't my style of humor.
You hear us, guys?
It was fun. Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We're choosing to not hear you.
We're choosing to ignore you because you're.
We had a whole thing.
Literally 28 minutes late. Wow. Graham's.
We had a whole problem. We had to. I was like.
Of course, you had a whole problem. You absolute bumblefuck. What the hell? Like taking half an hour. We could be we could be deep into the library scene right now. So no. And by library I mean courtroom.
Like the films anyway. I think it's all been done on purpose. He's been trying to stall. That's what it is.
That's it.
I said the same thing. I think you're right.
He's not even commented on my haircut yet.
Yeah, your hair looks great.
So Dan, there was a time, like I mentioned earlier, where we watched Labyrinth, and halfway through, Dom buggers off for 20 minutes to have a poo. And then after that, he comes back and then buggers off for another 20 minutes to make a cup of tea, leaving me to do the whole thing.
Not to mention, number one, incredibly unprofessional, Dom.
Yeah, that's what I said at the time.
What are you playing at?
Well,
Don't commit to something if you're not going to follow it through, right?
Yeah, but following through is the problem.
Yeah.
Just couldn't be asked with Labyrinth. You know what I mean?
It's a really good film. It's really imaginative.
Not to mention, you're doing a watch along of it. Whether you can be asked with it, you've committed
Emma
to
took
it.
over. Emma took over for me. It was fine. Emma was there.
She hates it too.
You had to knock one out because of David Bowie, didn't you?
No, I
did. I just did it under the table.
I get really
That's
annoyed.
because you're a coward.
That's because I'm a coward.
Jay, before we begin, I need you to do something else for me. Can you do the comments? Because we're really far away from the screen.
Well, me and Dan are on the comments. We've been.
Oh, cool. That's cool, guys. Thanks for coming onto my stream and doing all the work. I appreciate it.
Any time.
Well, we're all Dom Smith on Twitter. We should really have changed the name, shouldn't we?
Can you change it? Graham, can you change it to Egon Spengler, please? Because Dom's got the hair, the cartoon hair.
I don't even know how to spell Egon. Like
Egon.
You cannot spell Egon.
All right.
Egon Shield.
All right, we need to go off because this is a whole thing. This is a whole.
What am I doing?
Right.
Just changing his name to Egon Spengler so that I can be Venkman. Spengler.
We'll be back. I swear we'll be back sooner than we were back before.
What? You don't have to leave. You just change the name. Oh my days.
Oh my days, indeed.
This is a clusterfuck, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope everyone else.
It's a 107-minute movie that's going to take us 3 hours to get through at this rate.
Yeah.
And also my fans just died. No.
Oh no. It might come back as a ghost.
Well, as long as it works, I don't give it. So here's a question. Here's a question. Number one, I've got some questions. So if there's anyone in the chat that remembers 1989, what is it that stands out the most for 1989, the year of Ghostbusters 2 release for you? And the other question that I'll get to is, does anyone here actually believe in ghosts?
I had an experience when I was younger that made me believe in ghosts, but I've never had.
We all had them.
I'm intrigued now. Go on. I want to hear your ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts?
I was touched on the shoulder, and that's as far. It's really dark actually. So I'll wait till after the stream to tell you about it.
You got touched on the shoulder.
Was it Gary Glitter's ghost?
I also
Thought he was going to say he was watching Jet from Gladiators. We were all
damn it.
touched when we were watching Jet.
Damn it.
From Gladiators.
Oh, Jet, yeah.
I got pulled across the room as well. Anyway, like I say, it's like dark stuff. Anyhow,
Got pulled off across the room.
I got pulled off. No, I didn't get pulled off across the room. No, Graham. Severe.
Sorry. Pulled off by who? Is this the same uncle? What?
Graham. Right.
Where's Dan gone?
Dan, I don't know what. I think Dan's having 2 minutes to
okay.
himself.
He's just having 2 minutes to sort himself out because.
Just for a 30-minute poo.
I think he's pooing.
So we should get on with this actual film. So
Let's do the film. I
over half an
appreciate
hour now.
everybody.
So,
sorry for everybody waiting around for us. I hadn't accounted for
fucking
bringing
around.
3 people in, having people hear the audio from the film and having people hear the audio from the stream, and trying to work that out. So I hadn't figured that out. So I apologize. That's why we're late. So, but this is Graham. So for those that don't know on the Gimme a Hull Yeah streams, actually you will know Graham because he's appeared once or twice before.
5 times now.
On
But
Gimme a
with
Hull
hair.
Yeah.
So might not
Yeah, but with
recognise it
hair.
now.
So this is Graham without hair.
you look interesting without hair.
It looks good, doesn't he? He looks like dude. What's the guy from Breaking Bad?
Walter White.
Yeah.
I was
Walter
thinking
White.
about shaving its bits as well, and then
You
just having
look-
to go, but then I thought Breaking Bad and I'll look like a
No, just
weird
grow just the
cosplayer.
beard out so they can like bring it around.
or like a loop, so I
Yeah.
have like hair just going to put that. So
Yeah,
I'm not
like
bald.
The ultimate comb over.
Yeah,
It does look
That'd be
good.
cool.
It does look good on you.
thanks, man.
And Charlotte is part of Soundsphere as well. The Comic Sphere. You've been a part of a couple of streams on Soundsphere. I don't believe you've ever appeared on Gimme a Hull Yeah. So this is your first time on Gimme a Hull Yeah. So everybody from the Gimme a Hull Yeah side, if you could welcome Charlotte, please. I can't see the comments. It's too much. There's too
Do we
much
need to get back
stretching.
screen again?
It's too no.
I
wouldn't
can.
work.
It
wouldn't work.
It's
We're not.
It wouldn't work.
fine.
Because the screen. If the screen is too large, we can't see the comments. So
Okay.
watch. We can
So
only see
can I-
comments. Go on.
Can I ask a
Go on.
question? So, Charlotte, have you seen Ghostbusters 2 before?
Yeah. I mean, like Ghostbusters 1 was more recent overwatched than Ghostbusters 2.
Mm.
Ghostbusters 2 I've not seen in years. And I was
Yeah.
tempted to watch it before the stream, but I was like, no, I feel like
No, it's
like
going to be
watching it with Graham's intel is going to be the best way to do
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing. So Graham, you've seen Ghostbusters 2 before?
No.
Dom, have you seen Ghostbusters
No.
2 before today?
No.
So you're shitting on a film that you've never seen.
I'm shitting on a franchise.
Right. The first time when we watched the first one, you
Okay.
like up until halfway through it kept saying how bad it was, and then it changed, and he said actually it's not that bad. And by the end of it, you're going, yeah, I should watch this again.
Yeah,
I might
you
watch
said-
this again. So you're
You
talking
said
nonsense.
Ghostbusters 3 out of 10, and then by the end you gave it a 7 out of 10.
Was it 7 or 7.5
Um,
by the end?
Let's bump it up and say 7.5 just to
Yeah.
make him look bad.
Let's just say 10 out of 10.
I would say 100 out of 10.
His favorite film of all time.
It was
now.
it was better. It's the company, isn't it? It's the company. Like
Sony.
yeah, no. It's the company. It's with you guys. You guys have bothered to come to my house to watch a stream, to sit in a hot room with me, eating snacks and drinking tea. And I appreciate, and also going through the immense stress that we do every single time because I haven't figured out the logistics of doing something like this. So I appreciate both of you very much, and I hope that you know I appreciate you. I'll give Charlotte a fist bump
Yeah,
because
we'll
I can't reach over.
We'll do like a hug
Remember.
fist bump across.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
I do really appreciate you guys.
I'll hug my Slimer.
There you go. I do want to also
That's what we
thank.
call Graham.
Oh,
I do
important question, Dom. Is that jam on toast?
It is Jam on Toasty. Joe is in. Hey, Joe, mate. Love
Joe's
you.
in.
I'm looking forward to seeing you for some swimming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
You usually are.
I'm coming
Right
to the-
now,
One hug from the Slimer.
Brilliant.
And
I'm
that's
coming
it.
to the
You got
swimming
I can
thing.
confirm.
ectoplasm everywhere.
Ectoplasm
It's a river of
everywhere.
slime.
it again.
He slimed me.
I also want to say a big thanks to Dan Reed for his patience because he knows what I'm like on the Give Me a Hull Yeah streams, and he knows that I botch or I make mistakes for those that don't do wrestling all the time, and stuff like this happens to me all the time. Particularly a WrestleMania stream, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. I came on my phone to join them, and then I turned it off and turned the whole stream off, and Anthony and Dan had to restart the
Do you
whole
remember that
thing.
time we were doing Broken Sword and you were like, oh, what happens if I just press this button? And then like it was almost like a power cut.
Yeah. So I just want to say now Dan's back on the stream. I just want to say thanks for your patience and time and coming to join us. I appreciate it.
You got your fan working.
It keeps stopping and starting. It's a brand new bloody fan as well, so that's always a good start. And by the way, Dom, thank you so much for inviting me on. I'm glad I didn't have to send you any streaming text messages or anything across Facebook or.
Well, it was originally supposed to be like I was like it was supposed to be the Soundsphere and Give Me a Whole Yeah thing, and then I was just like, we'll just do it. And I didn't think, Dan, and I apologize, but I'm really glad you're here. I'm really glad you're.
I told you to invite me and you said no.
No, what?
That's Graeme. That doesn't surprise me. Sadly,
Shocking,
I appreciate you having my back, mate. I appreciate you having me back.
Right.
I fought really hard and he just kept saying, he was very insistent.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you.
I'm very glad you're here, and thanks very much.
It's amazing.
So we should probably start this film
Publicly, he's very
I was going
glad
to say we are losing viewers. I can see the view count going
it
down.
happens.
It happens.
Not to Dan. It never happens to Dan. And probably,
it does.
And
Punctual.
when Jay is on here, when Jay streams, we get like way more viewers. So maybe you guys can just host, because I think when you guys were just hosting like 10 minutes ago, we had like 11 views. We had 11 viewers. So that was good. Jay, you're in charge of everything, mate. Should we start the film? Because
I'm in charge. So what I need to say as a disclaimer, we are not showing the whole film here. We're going to be showing little clips for a few seconds because copyright is the thing, and Dom will get bummed by YouTube. So what we're going to do is if everyone can set up their own viewing of Ghostbusters. It's Ghostbusters. We've all seen it. You've probably I've got it on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray, and I had it on VHS before that as well. It's always on telly. You can find it. It's on every streaming service imaginable. And
put a few links,
I'm going to press play. We all press
in
play.
The comments as well.
And you put a few links in the comments of where you can find it.
Yeah, so on Netflix.
It's
on
not
Netflix
a new film.
Yeah,
it's on not Netflix a new film.
US. Go on.
No, it's just saying.
Yeah, so it is on Netflix in the US. It's on Amazon in the UK, and you can also find it if you search Ghostbusters 2 online. But we won't go into any more detail than that. Yeah, is everybody ready to start? Dan, are you ready to start?
I'm good. What are we going to do? We're going to do a wee little countdown? I'm just making sure make sure I've got my Ghostbusters food here. Yep, no, I'm good to go.
What Ghostbusters food have you got?
I'll need to pop off at some point to put the French bread pizza in the oven.
Cool.
But like, I will.
That's okay. Just don't bugger off and have a poo for 20 minutes.
I won't. It'll be a couple of minutes just to put it in the oven. Then I'll come back. Then about 16 minutes later, I'll go get it out and then come back and.
Fair dues.
Yeah. So.
Do you want to open your things?
I'll have some Jello a bit later as well. So, you know.
That sounds ace, man. That sounds ace.
Right.
You're going to bring some Jello into the stream.
Oh, there's always room for Jello.
So we're doing Jello. Exactly.
So, and it just feels if we're going to start, I might as well start by having a Twinkie. So,
yeah, man.
Twinkie.
Hey, that's a big Twinkie.
Thank you.
That's a big Twinkie.
Cool.
As an actor said to a bishop.
Oh dear.
So
yeah. So
I'm gonna do a countdown. Dom, do a countdown.
You're on the channel. Right. Well, Dan, you're the special guest. You want to count down? Oh, these are banana. Oh, gross.
Well, you picked the yellow one, you dickhead.
Oh, gross. Right.
Oh, right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Thanks, dude.
There we go. See, I'm just showing you that we are starting, but I'm not going to be putting the entire thing on.
Charlotte's fucked up already.
No!
Well, you could see if we're 16 seconds in.
Right, cool.
I really like how it starts with 5 years later. How it does have this kind of. You've just watched that one. Boom.
Just press
We're
play.
close to the end.
I am.
How are you not? Dom, you're behind this. I
There's like
swear.
two buttons.
I know. I am. No. Charlotte's right. I think it. No, we don't.
No,
We don't
what
want
are you
to. Don't want to enable
Why don't you have
dictation.
a PC? This is weird.
Right, you guys carry on.
Why
We'll
are
catch
you
up.
ruining everything?
We'll catch up. We'll catch up.
Well, no, because you're gonna miss an important It's
Oh
kind
my
of an
God.
important thing that happens at the start of the movie.
Why is it not working? Hang on.
For a start, she has food.
Right, hang on.
That is the most important part.
Right, okay. All right, we're good. All right, cool. Columbia Pictures. Are we going back to the start?
Oh, right. Okay. So we go back to the start.
Hang on, are we
Yeah,
going back to the start?
I'll press play. Right, ready, guys?
No, we're not ready because we've been watching it for the last 80 seconds.
All right, okay. Sorry, Dad. 3, 2.
Wait. Hold on. Jay, are you good to restart?
I've just my stream
You're right,
kind
you
of
look like
gone a
you've
little
been
bit weird, so I'm just
I'm
going
going
to
to
try.
say,
and
there's a
sort
bee
that out.
coming there. You looked really. It looked.
Right.
You looked like it was man versus bee for a moment there, bud.
It
That's a
was.
great
It's because
show.
I have a computer right here,
Right.
and I have it on that one, so I'm not looking at nothing. I'm just looking at the
I
stream.
see. Okay.
Yeah, well, right.
Wait, we're giving Graham hair for a second.
Okay. So Dom,
Yes.
count us in.
Right. 5, 4,
7,
3,
Oh,
2, 1.
3.
Play. Yes. Okay.
How do you make the simplest thing so difficult?
People have been saying that my whole life. Right. Okay. Columbia
Okay.
Pictures. We've done that.
There's a
5
great-
years later.
Yes, exactly. 5 years later, because that's how numbers work between 84 and 89.
And also, that's how long it's taken for us to start this bloody stream.
I'm sorry.
Now, if it had been me pushing that pram, I absolutely would have not gone through that. Because you've got to get that back in your house. You don't want that on your carpet. You pay attention to things like that.
and
Yeah,
they're
but you can't see in
expensive. You don't
front of
have
the
to clean
pram.
that shit as well.
Yes,
You can't
you
look down at what
can.
you're aiming for. No, you can't.
Yeah, you
can.
can.
No, you can't.
You
A
can.
big pram like that, no, you can't.
No, you
I
can't.
speak from experience.
So do I.
That's my own good but
To be fair, I didn't have my glasses on.
Right. I'm bored already. What's this?
Oh my god, you're the worst, Dom.
Somebody doing their grocery shopping.
Have you
This
ever
is-
seen Lord of the Rings, Dom?
I hate them. I hate that too. That's ridiculous.
Alright,
Ridiculous.
now you should leave.
Hey, look. The pram is moving by itself, Dom. Look, I look at that. That's acting, that is. She's like, oh, what's going on here? The
I
baby
think
was
the
not
pram
there.
moving was acting.
That was great acting by the pram, actually.
That pram. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oscar.
Right?
It's good
He's
pram
still
acting, isn't it?
Look at the speed that it suddenly picks up, by the way. It's just like 0 to 60.
It's like a dog trying to sneak away. It's like, can I get away with this? Can I get? Oh, they've seen me.
Oh
run.
my god! Oh my god! The baby's gonna die. You are not a good parent. This is an advert for why you shouldn't have babies.
This is fantastic driving, I must say. Look at the handling. Not by that
Not
up.
with that curb really well. Slows down and speeds back
Sorry,
up.
but those
Jack
dogs
said,
would have absolutely
Dom, you
tried to
hate
save
fun.
that.
It's because it's being pushed by a ghost.
Is that what the red stuff is? Is that what I'm
No.
supposed to believe
Right.
the red stuff is?
Ignore the red stuff for now. That will
Why?
come back.
That's terrible filmmaking.
No,
Why
but
should I
it-
ignore the red stuff?
for now.
Okay.
It will come up later on. I will tell you a story. You asked 5 minutes ago, whatever it was.
Okay, this
I
is the
love
best
this
thing
song.
about the whole franchise is the music. Now the music I can get behind.
Yeah, not so long ago, you asked if anyone had any spooky experiences. I did immediately after watching this film once when I was a kid. I think I was about
Oh,
5.
tell us all about it. I
Um,
want to hear about
It
that.
involves the gunge, so I will wait until later on in the film or at the end.
Is this a how old are
It's
you?
not a sex thing.
Okay.
Every bloody question. Do
Uh,
you want me to eat all the banana ones?
Chris Sherrington's here as well.
Hey man, nice to see you. Welcome.
Like what? Look, I'm gonna find a new.
It's not in
Thing
my
to tackle.
DVD collection because it's overrated.
Okay,
wouldn't
okay.
know,
I'm sorry,
'cause you
Dom.
have
Why is it
Everywhere, it's
overrated?
It's funny.
They look tired. They look like they don't want to be in the film. They look
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. They're back.
Maybe let a scene play out, Dom. No wonder you like WWE.
What's
It's
with
just
you, man?
instant
What?
gratification. Like, I bet when you watch porn, you just fast forward to the cum shot. Like, that's just all you're interested in. He's
He's one of the compilation watchers.
Diplomatic
He's a
no comment.
compilation watcher,
That's who you
exactly.
are.
Diplomatic no comment.
And there,
Right.
by the way, there's our first bit of trivia. That is the director of Ghostbusters Afterlife there as a child in this film.
Yeah.
That's not going well, Jay.
It's not going well. It's,
No, we'll just
things,
scrap that. Just scrap that idea. It's all right.
Things are going very strangely on my end. There's a lot of lag going on.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll scrap that idea.
He-Man.
They look very, to be fair, how old are these guys supposed to be? They look pretty good for their age. They're good looking dudes.
Well, in real life, I can tell you that Ernie Hudson, who plays Winston Sedimore, is, I think, like 75 or 76 now.
Yeah, he's
And he
looking
still
really
looks
good for his
fantastic, doesn't
age.
he?
He's the oldest of the four, but yet he arguably looks the best of a lot of them.
I was going to say something, but I've decided not to.
So basically, they're
We
tired.
know what you were going to say. Don't worry. We all know it. And it's true.
They're tired
What's
and
it-
bored of being Ghostbusters already.
They're not
Well,
Ghostbusters anymore. You're not paying attention to the film. There's no more ghosts. They are now party entertainers.
No more
And it's
ghosts.
expensive.
And nobody wants
Yeah,
to.
man.
They have been
Yeah.
sued by every
So-
legal entity in the city. They are skint
Yes.
Does everyone
because of
remember
the
Mr.
damage
Nanny?
that happened as a result
right,
of
I see.
Ghostbusters 1.
Good continuity then. Excellent continuity. I like that. That's okay. That's good. What He-Man? What's He-Man got to do?
But it is all over them.
Pure concentrate. He's got
quiet,
pure
he's got
concentrated evil all over him.
Pure concentrated evil. Also, a note from a film perspective, the score in this one is not Elmer Bernstein, as it was in the first one. It's Randy Eldel.
And the score is actually getting an LP vinyl release coming out anytime now, actually. And there's also, and someone's doing a 16-bit remake of it as well.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing. But it's not as unique a score, I don't think. So I bought it recently when it got released.
It's not as unique, no.
It's not as memorable as the first one.
It's
and
not as memorable,
got
but it's still good.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's
See, this is my point from before.
It's not Elmer.
Ghostbusters 1 is a lot better. A lot better than this one,
It's
I
got,
think.
she got it all over her.
The comedy's still great. The characters and the actors are still great. But the
You
first
know
one
what
was
this film does have? This number two, Ghostbusters 2 manages to follow on is the fantastic single from the movie. And the first one, it was obviously Ghostbusters. And in this one, it's Bobby Brown.
The stream is unavailable again. We've been taken down again.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's all right. Let's just stop.
Don't
with
show
the-
anything.
Yeah, don't show anything. It's a good lesson for the future, guys. Thanks
Don't
for
show
staying with
anything.
us. If you come
You
back,
could probably get a I'm seeing us, by the way.
cool. Let's carry on. Just pass me my phone, Charlotte. It's the spark.
And we're back, apparently. We're
There you
back.
go. Let's just
I
let's
pressed
just.
pause, by the way. Where did you guys press pause?
Oh, we didn't
I pressed
pause.
pause at 1
It's okay,
hour,
we'll go
7
back.
minutes and 53 seconds.
We're at
I pressed pause at 1 hour,
1:08,
7 minutes, 55 seconds. I can come back.
What?
Start at 1:08:20.
Just gonna
At
check.
1:8:20.
Who's it for?
Okay.
Wait,
I need
oh,
to
you
watch
guys were
30
well
seconds.
ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah. So YouTube keeps pulling us down, so I probably can't,
Yeah,
it's
it's
put
fine.
any more of this on.
Yeah. So we'll just carry on. Good lesson
All right.
for us all.
All right, so we're starting from 1 hour 20.
Sweet.
1 hour, 8 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16,
cool.
Sorry, 1 hour, 8
17,
minutes, 20, sorry.
18,
Right.
Yeah.
19.
Thanks, guys.
Go. 20. There we go. Yeah, see, I like this bit where he's clearly got a hard on.
So have they been at it?
What do you
They've
think?
been at it.
She's got more, or he's got more lipstick on him than she does.
But
Don't know.
she just doesn't give a shit. It's great.
Right.
She just like,
Also,
Like
the
a
bow on
problem.
the top of her dress is undone, Dom.
Oh,
Dom,
amazing.
you gotta-
This
you're-
is my
it-
favorite bit.
And
It's my favourite bit too.
Dom, you have a
It's
missus,
great.
right?
This is. I love this. So they've left the baby to get it on.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Baby was asleep.
What do you think's happened? What could possibly have gone wrong?
So
They're
funny.
like,
You
the
can see his
baby
belt.
was a little bit
Yeah,
fussy,
you
but
won't
then
see
they
it.
gave him some French bread pizza.
Yeah,
and
you can see his
half
belt.
a-
Belts, his belts, his belts.
That's right,
I get
yeah.
the French bread pizza now, Dan. Yes, excellent.
How is your pizza, by the way, Dan?
I
Is
dropped it on the floor.
Oh man, I'm
No.
sorry.
Oh no!
I know. So I've got so I've got a calzone because calzone is also mentioned in this movie. It was earlier in the movie, so I've got
Good.
a calzone in the oven right now.
Good.
I
That's a
had
good calzone.
backup in case something went wrong. I also got a Chicago Town pizza, which is also mentioned in this movie, and that's available to me as well in case something goes wrong with a calzone. There's layers
You know-
within layers.
Like every
It's my
day,
favourite,
wasn't
isn't
it?
everything
Yeah.
else.
Really
Yeah.
thought about this. I've got a pizza that I might have after this, actually.
Oh, and even these, everything I've got, because the Cheez-Its, we don't have Cheez-Its, we have Whatsits. So I got Whatsits for this. Obviously, I got the Ritz crackers from the first one, my marshmallows,
Your marshmallows
my
and
Nestle
your
Crunch
Twinkies.
bar. Honestly, oh yeah, my Twinkie as well. Got one more left. I am
Wow.
all Ghostbusters up for this in every. Oh, and Diet Coke. So
Amazing, amazing.
Wow. I've just got my my marshmallow man. My original, see how bashed up he is. My original.
Is that your code
yeah,
Marshmallow Man.
does the.
Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow man?
It will be now.
My marshmallow man is
Yeah,
great.
Dan, for the first one, I
I'm gonna
brought
get out
my
my
I
marshmallow.
bought a
Man.
Lego minifigure that was like that big
Nice.
of the Marshmallow Man.
I feel like
Nice.
You are now.
That's pretty cool.
I am now.
Marshmallow
I've got my
Okay.
cuddly Mr. Stay Puft right here.
Good.
No.
I've got a Lego firehouse as well. I need to build,
That's pretty cool.
and the Ecto one as well.
The
big
Ecto
continuing
one's on
one.
offer in Smith's at the moment. It's got 30 quid off it.
But
That's still 200
Jack,
quid though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jack asks, but Dan, do you have the Ecto Cooler?
Ecto Cooler, the High C. Is that what you're on a phone? It never got released over here, but you
Never
can
did.
make it. You can get the ingredients online and make the High C Ecto Cooler.
Ecto Lego what and Ecto hates. Cool. This is all. I mean, I love the fact there's so much love for Ghostbusters in the room that we're in, and there's lots of.
Yeah.
The funny thing is
It's
like-
brilliant.
No,
And
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
perfect.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing about it, though, right? The fact that it's not in the same league in terms of fantasy as any of the other films that you've mentioned, because in reality, the Ghosts is actually just kind of like the thing that brings them together. It's actually not really a ghost film if you look at it.
No.
The first movie is a going into business movie. The second
Hmm.
movie is a getting back into is a comeback from going out of business.
Yeah.
And now going, the ghost thing is just what brings them together.
Yeah.
It's really
It's-
not a fantasy movie. It's
It's not a supernatural film. This is why
No,
I
not
Dom
at
like
all.
it.
Yeah.
As Dom
It's-
is an
they seem-
entrepreneur and
they seem to
runs,
me-
has started up many businesses, I thought you'd like the fact that it's essentially a film about a bunch of guys who start up a small business.
I dig that. I do dig that. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch this myself, like Dan suggested and you guys have suggested, because I am digging this. This is fun. This is more fun than I thought it was going to be. But again, it's probably down to a lot of it's down to the company as well. I do enjoy hanging out.
I bet you'd like the third Ghostbusters film, and no one else does.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
no. I'm fine with Answer the Call.
I like it as well. I don't think
It's
very
okay.
good, but I think it's fun.
I think people go way over the top on it. Like it say, if you're part of any Ghostbusters Facebook groups, it does my head in how many people go off on one. I watched it with the family, and it's fine. It is what it is. It's not like the others, but it's not supposed to be. It just is what it is.
The trailer made it look really bad.
I think the trailer was the issue. Well, I think part of it beforehand is all the rumors was that it was a sequel, and they never denied that it was going to be a sequel. And then we got what we got, so we were instantly kind of like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that guy's spin there. That was great. That was
He's cool,
spin.
isn't he?
Peter McNichol is so great, and Do you know what? Like, I also really wish I could get the Janosch figure, but it goes for like 300 quid. It's so, and I've got a few that go for like that at a Diamond Select, but like the Janosch figure is the rare. I think the Janosch and the Vigo ones, they're the rarest, and they go for a ridiculous amount of money. I do have Crystal Skull vodka. It's just out of reach on the shelf, actually, Mr. Kruger.
How much is Crystal Skull vodka?
It depends. I mean, you can get just the little ones that are just like £6, and you can go up to paying like 200, 300. It's because it's like anything. You can pay as much as you want.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
But you can get just a little small £6 one as well.
I might get that.
I do have. It's I do have Crystal Skull vodka.
Like no, distress here,
I've never tasted it though.
Yeah.
It's still in its beautiful.
I think that's the thing in this as well. Like, she's not portrayed as someone who is like weak and helpless.
No.
It's just she's so protective mother.
Well, she chases after it for you know exactly. Yeah. She's a bad.
Watch this.
I'd like to, even though she does scream and she'll shout, "Help him!" It's never in a weak kind of way. It's in a do something for fuck's sake.
Fear.
Yeah.
Like my child is in danger.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at her. It's straight out onto the freaking ledge because you would. It's your kid.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like she goes and obviously goes to the men for help, but it's like they're basically qualified in what she's scared of. So she's just like, I'm not going to be too proud. It's my kids. I'm going to protect them how I.
Yeah, see, this bit always freaked me out as a kid.
Right, I remember watching this in the cinema. All right, and I remember this was so cool. You know how like when you're young and you've got like those early first time you go to the cinema memories. This is it for me. And
wait, what's wow, that's creepy.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's him as a nanny with a cartoon.
Mr.
arm.
Reed. Can't chase him now, can you?
Wait, what? Oh man, the ghost just stole the baby.
I did.
Hang on, how's
Louis like, it's a ghost.
How's he grabbing him?
I mean, you're asking something to do with paranormal. Trying to figure that stuff out.
The chairs and stuff, yeah.
So there's so many cut scenes from here, sadly, and a load of them still haven't actually been released. But there's some great scenes of them interacting with the other inmates in the mental health hospital. There's also the guy that plays the dad from American Pie. He's actually in this, and all of his stuff is cut completely. And he plays Rick Moranis, Lewis Tully's cousin, who works in the hospital, who he goes to try to get, help get them out. There's so much around this area that's been cut out. And of course, that guy that looks like Bill Murray, of course, just happens to be Brian Doyle Murray, who has always got some sort of cameo in a Bill Murray film, because just like the Cusacks, Bill Murray will look after his family.
So many of them.
I do like how there was a couple of the scenes that were cut. I think it was from the first film that ended up being used in Afterlife as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Continuity. You watch Afterlife and you see stuff that
I have noticed that. I have noticed there's a really good continuity in these films.
Even like the MCU can't keep the continuity as tight as this.
Well, the original ending for this film got cut and they changed it, but clips of the original ending are in the credits of this movie.
Right.
Just different, obviously, just with no audio because it wouldn't make sense.
Speaking of different cuts and different endings and stuff, can we do Blade Runner as well?
Yes. Can we do all 5 different versions of Blade Runner?
Yeah.
In one sitting.
So I'm gonna be honest, right? I have never seen Blade Runner. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, you guys.
I'm going to remove you from the screen now.
When I here's the thing, like when I get into something, I get into it and it becomes my life. So Ghostbusters was my life, right? And nothing really got involved in it. I wasn't I can't tell you really much about anything else, around that time that I was into anything because it was all Ghostbusters. The next thing that I got into after that was Turtles. And then it was wrestling. And I haven't left that part of my life.
And it's still
those 3 things. It's still those 3 things.
And that was like 1990, was it?
Well, yeah. So, it's still those 3 things. Like I've got a a shelf which is all like the stuff that like means a lot to me, and it's like on that is a load of Ghostbusters shelf. There's a load of Ghostbusters stuff. There's a load of Turtles stuff, you know, and there's Predator as well because I love Predator.
Predator's great.
I don't want to wind you up or anything, but can I just point out that I recently received a Kevin Eastman autograph?
Whoa!
Nice.
The baby's flying.
One of the things that I'm like most proud of is I have not early, but I do have an original Eastman-led Turtles comic from the black and white days, which obviously is it's one of those situations where I have put it in such a safe place that I generally can't remember where I've put it. So I just know it's in that much of a safe place. That is it. But it's not signed or anything. It's just an absolute fortune. Really,
I've got a lot of old 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love this scene.
Somewhere.
Just look at this.
I lost all my parents chucked out all my Ghostbusters.
That's
amazing.
That's so
when I went to uni. It was horrible. Yeah.
Amazing. So the jacket's alive.
What?
So the jacket's alive, running away.
Amazing.
Also, I will say, the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack is actually pretty banging.
Yeah.
It is. I don't liking Bobby Brown because he's the worst.
Obviously, but the track is
but the track is great on our own. It's like it's up there. I think the soundtrack is on a par with the soundtracks of the first film.
I think the soundtrack in itself is the better, but the score is not.
The score is not. The sound, the score is not as memorable. It's still good, but it's not as memorable. But the soundtrack of the songs is almost on a par.
And there's what's his face from Cheech and Chong. Is it Cheech, isn't it?
Amazing foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Titanic wasn't even out then.
So
for God, that doesn't even deserve a laugh. I'm not going to laugh at that because it was such a bad joke.
But no, speaking of Ninja Turtles, they're bringing out a compendium edition, which is like a Marvel or DC omnibus. So it's like bigger than a comic book. It's like an inch or two taller.
Sorry, guys, my timer's going off on the calzone. 2 ticks.
I'll say when you get back.
It's all good.
I was going to say this, but I'll do it when Dan gets back. But can we watch the original 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Yeah, now that was great. I love that film.
It's legitimately still flipping good. No, just watch 1. We won't watch 2. Well, 2 was okay.
2 was good.
2 was okay.
Crap.
I've also
3 I haven't watched since the 90s.
I've also worked out our issue with the thing, with the issue with YouTube. Remember when we do Moon Knight, and we were dominant on the street. Moon Knight. There's a setting. I won't risk it for the rest of this one, but there's a setting in streaming. There you go. So we need to be bigger than the thing.
Oh yeah. So we need to be bigger. So if I do,
so long as it's like not as big as us, you're now huge, obviously.
Obviously.
Bring us all back to the same size for now, Jay.
Next, when you do that, you cut Dom out.
I mean, I don't need to be here.
Do it again, just to prove it.
But that's. I mean,
bye,
Go away.
I thought you were giving me 5. I was like, thanks, man.
I was pushing you away.
Worst left hanging ever.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Oh, Ronin, yeah.
Yeah.
Has that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic book come out yet?
You talking about me?
What are you doing? What were you putting your hand there? What was going on there? I brought you on here to be professional.
Just a low 5.
The low hanging 5. There's 10 people in, guys. Thanks for staying with us. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I think we lost trouble at your joke earlier, and I think we came back when you knew.
I think we did. So we're still watching Ghostbusters 2, but we can't show clips because YouTube keeps getting rid of us. But
there is a way around it, but we'll know for next time. We'll do it for next time.
We'll try next time. I don't think we should risk it this time.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it for this one.
We are 1 hour and 23 minutes in. So basically got 25 minutes left of this film. The slime has taken over is it an art gallery?
Yeah.
It's taken over everywhere though.
Yeah.
It's where the painting is.
That looks weird.
It's where the painting is, which I'm like, I don't know what that big. It's probably a big famous building in New York, but I don't know what it is.
Dan had Jello coming as well, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah. Dan,
it'll
So,
probably hopefully
how
we'll
do you
get
think
back
it's
on this
going to
schedule
end,
as time, Charlotte.
the gel. I want the Jello, the sludge to take over everything, and that'd be the end.
Should we watch the
Brings
blob
back, like,
at some point?
Jello. Imagine how disappointing that's going to be.
Yeah, that'd be pretty disappointing.
If you were writing this film, how would you book the ending?
When I book the ending,
Yeah.
Well, I'd have them suck in the weird guy in the painting into their machines, and all the slime would evaporate, I guess.
But healthily into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That sounds fine.
I mean, that's totally sensible, right?
Yeah. 20 years later, everyone in New York just dies.
Yeah. Do you have an alternate ending for it that you would like?
Right. This is crazy, but what I'd say is like they use the slime to take over a giant monument or something, and then have a massive massive sort of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Giant Megazord.
A kaiju battle.
Like Statue of Liberty or something.
So hang on. So has she now accepted her fate as the what? Still got Graeme. What part of you looks like a kaiju?
I beg your pardon.
What's going on? She now accepted her fate? Like she looked like she just went with him.
I can't remember now.
Just now.
That's what it's showing she's doing.
Okay, so she's manipulating him. Okay.
So whereabouts are you in the time code?
1:25:30.
Whereabouts are you?
Oh, I'm exactly exactly where you are.
Cool.
So cool. Just checking, just double checking.
Yeah, you are definitely like delayed though, and
yeah, you're lagging a bit.
Yeah.
I know it's weird. I think it's because I don't know. I'm streaming and I'm watching a film and I'm doing all this other stuff. I don't know what it is.
It's all good. It's all good. It wouldn't be a Soundsphere just give me a whole stream if it wasn't a complete nightmare to do. It's all good. It's all good experience. We'll get to the end. We'll get to the end no matter what.
I'll get to your end.
Title of your sex tape. That'd be a very long title. Just pointing.
At your bits.
Oh, right.
At your end.
Thanks,
look!
Ecto 1A.
Something to bond us all together.
Respect.
Are we fisting?
About time.
Steady on.
So naked yoga. No, naked toga.
She's French, you know that. See, what annoys me about this is in the first film, it's a giant stick of Marshmallow Man, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing something totally different for this film, they have to have a giant other thing. They couldn't have had a different ending. It had to be a giant thing. It didn't have to be a giant thing. There wasn't a giant thing in Afterlife, and it was fine.
Hey, Michael, don't worry about it. It's all good. Anthony will be going live in just over an hour, I think. So, but thanks for showing up here. Is that jizz?
No, it's once again.
Wishful
thanks,
Sarah. Next time you... No, I'm not going to say it.
Must be Ghostbusters.
Don't finish that sentence.
I feel like if it was coming out that colour, you might need to get that looked at.
That's for the Nintendo, isn't it?
What now? Wow, New Year's juice.
I love this scene. It's cool. This is always a Christmas film to me. Well, a Christmas New Year's film to me.
God, that looks so weird.
So next time someone complains about you getting jizz on them, say, no, it's slime.
So hang on a minute, right? They say they play positive music and it reacts.
Yeah.
So what's the like? Does it respond? Does it respond in the same way? Have I missed something?
You've missed quite a lot, to be fair.
The slime can bring things to life, whether that's people who've died, hence all the dead that have come to life.
And does it depend on the mood of what's going on around them as to what mood they become to life?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that is the Statue of Liberty, and that is a good thing. It's a good thing because It's been awoken by music.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's fighting for good.
He's fighting for good.
My issue here is surely walking through the water like that would wash off all the slime.
Hey up.
But once the slime's gone,
Go on, Lewis.
because like the two ghosts from earlier in the courtroom, it's like the slime was gone once they exploded out of the jar.
Yeah.
But they were still there.
Yeah, but how is the Statue of Liberty continuing to function?
The slime was on the inside, though.
Yeah, but
on the inside.
It's not waterproof, is it?
Well, it evidently is. It's working.
With slime, it clings on.
You can't base real life science on Ghostbusters.
Hey, no. What I'm saying is, it's that slime is not like anything else.
It's ridiculous, this, isn't it? Look at the CGI.
It looked good back at the time, though.
Yeah.
It's just now, obviously, everything's been upscaled and then some, and now we're like
the fact that's just a person in a suit, isn't it?
This is a lovely scene, to be fair.
It should be a nightmare to film that. Just
and a
told,
great
like,
track
just
as well.
Walk around with your hand up the whole time.
The road doesn't look wide enough for it to walk down. Right, I like this film, but I think this scene lets it down. I've always thought that. Even as a kid, I didn't like this scene.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
I liked it. It's such a feel-good scene.
Yeah,
I don't like this film anymore. Shit.
I know it's got you know.
It's also, you know, we have to acknowledge the obvious elephant in the room in terms of Ghostbusters 2 in many ways mirrors everything that happens in Ghostbusters 1. But at least in this guy, we're like in the first one, of course, it's Mr. Stay Puft as the giant thing, which is the villain. In this case, it's a baby face as the giant thing that goes walking down. So we have
the good person.
Split things around.
I just said that while you were away because it's it annoyed me that this film doesn't do something different for the end. But at least Lewis, as a Ghostbuster, has to get the bus.
This is another one of those scenes where
amazing.
But this is another one of those scenes where we lost so much. There's so much cut scenes that set this scene up that that showed that Slimer was haunting at the firehouse. Was showing that Slimer actually got on with Janine and that he was trying to catch. There was so much that was cut, and it's such a shame.
Whoa, creepy baby face.
This is the bit that I didn't care for as a kid, and still to this day don't. It's the face over the face.
He's got his first 20 teeth, look.
Save the baby.
Yeah, look. Now it becomes an episode of Power Rangers.
It does.
I do think the way they got the effect of the cushion going up to mimic the pain of the face of that was really good.
It is really well done.
Yeah, man. And there's of course the heroine, the statue. Yeah,
I do prefer the first film. And I actually think that Afterlife is better than this one as well.
I think this is silly fun. I think I prefer this one. I prefer this one.
It's a sort of summary of the films that you
do.
Silly fun.
Silly fun.
It is, yeah. I will say there's a little moment there where Venkman says Happy New Year. I will say I am that nerd that literally on New Year's Eve queues it up so that at the stroke of midnight, when I'm watching Ghostbusters 2, it's Venkman saying Happy New Year.
That's cool.
That is the level that I have hit.
That's cool, man. I dig that.
Carlo Fandango asks, is there any chance of getting Broken Sword finished?
As if.
We were just talking about that.
As if somebody wants us to finish Broken Sword.
Mate, Broken Sword is great. I mean, saying that, I haven't played Broken Sword since the PlayStation 1 games. But I loved them. Those were my jam.
Me and Graeme started doing it, and we stopped doing it, didn't we?
I apologise. I had a lot of stuff on with my day job, and I moved house and loads of stuff. But it's all sort of finished now. I've moved house. I've got a lot. I still need to do a lot of unpacking, but we're getting there, and I've now got time to do more stuff. So we're back to doing Ghostbusters. We're going to do Broken Sword soon.
We'll do Afterlife as well.
There's a nice little thing there. Sorry, just going to say, just coming back to what you were saying earlier about how Dana Barrett's character, Venkman goes to try to help, and her first response is get him away, as in get the baby.
It's not help me, get me off. It's
get the child away.
It's a realistic portrayal of a woman rather than a your typical
damsel in distress.
Yeah, which is what you normally get back then.
Look, she's
so sexy.
That's creepy. That effect is like basic, but it's creepy as fuck.
It's my ex-girlfriend. I literally used to go out with a girl that looked just like that.
Same sort of outfit style as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hair was a bit thinner. Same smile.
Okay.
Same reactions in bed.
And now we've got the Ghostbusters 2
information.
The scene on the top of the roof from Ghostbusters 1.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to, because in movies,
what's this?
The baby faces have to make the comeback.
Yeah.
The baby faces.
Yeah, babyface is the good guy, Jay.
Is this a wrestling thing?
Yeah, the baby face.
You're not actually talking about babies.
No, the baby face is the good guy. The heel is the bad guy.
Okay.
Heel as a word, describing a villain, has actually just ended up in the old lexicon now.
I thought heel to describe a villain had been around for quite a long time.
I do believe it's like predates. I don't know if it predates wrestling, but like it's certainly been public for a long time.
I'm sure it's at least 100 years, but I could be wrong. Someone fact check me.
I do not know what OSW is.
What's
OSW? I don't know what that is. I feel like I should know it, but I don't know it. But can you please enlighten us, Mr. Kruger?
You assume wrong. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Should we go? I'll tell you what. We'll Google it. Can I just?
And this is a great bit of character scene because this is where Venkman knows that he's setting himself up, but he's literally sacrificing in many ways what he is to defend the baby.
Oh, look at him, so sexy.
Which is what Dana asked him to do.
I wouldn't do that for a baby.
Sorry.
Just
I'm
saying that.
OSW.
Irish Wrestling Podcast is what it is.
Or OSW. I think it's old school wrestling.
What's this like? Ready?
What is that? Is that a lion effect?
It is.
My favorite thing about this whole scene is the Hoover things that are tying up the mum. Like they're obviously Hoover ends.
Yeah.
I tried to be like, oh, it's ventilation. It's ventilation. It's like,
wow.
Yeah.
It saved the day.
That's basically me with.
See, this is all like a different. Yeah. This is all like different from what they originally shot here as well. Because in the like what they ended up cutting, like there was a big old crash as well with Ecto 1 or Ecto 1A, I should say.
Mm.
Good catch. Lewis actually ends up inside as well, if I remember correctly, or something along those lines.
Still about your ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah. Now more so than ever.
Wow. That's
look at those eyes.
Yeah.
This is where
there's the jizz face. There's the jizz face again.
Yeah, Ray gets a bit.
Well, now it's a callback to what we saw earlier in the film as well with Ray when he got close.
Yeah. We'd like to shut the monster. Can you move, please? I love that. Row, he's possessed Ray. And that literally looked like they were jizzing all over him.
Yes.
That angle.
It's very phallic.
I do think that's the
very phallic.
Just goes back to the whole don't cross the streams.
Don't. We never cross the stream.
Oh. And then what happens is it all evaporates into the sky.
And then Tully thinks he's done it all. See, that's just comedy gold, isn't it?
Yeah. That's brilliant use of Rick Moranis.
Amazing.
Oh my God,
right.
It is the facial expressions, man. This whole movie is made by the facial expressions.
It wouldn't work with other actors, as proven
Even,
with
like,
Answer the
in
Call.
background, like there, the guy that was to his left was just like, oh my God.
Now, Answer the Call is worth watching as well. It's got most of the original cast in it in cameos.
Okay.
But it's more modern SNL actors. It's still worth watching. It's still quite good. It's not as good.
Right.
It's still it's Answer the Call is okay. I've got a friend who
Ozzy Osbourne's
really hates it.
Is it really?
It's the most hated film of all time. It's okay. It's
not
just
that
not my
bad.
style of humor. It's not my style of humor. I like this. I like dry, sort of sharp, witty
the
comedy.
one thing about Ghostbusters Answer the Call is it does come across as though it tries too hard to be funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of slapstick, and it's too slapstick, and the jokes go on for too long.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen it a couple of times, and I just feel like you could re-edit that film, and it'd be a lot funnier.
Agree.
And it's long. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's too long for some weird reason.
And here's the finish that they reshot and went with, and the audience preferred. So,
which I actually quite like this because they all look really buff
I
in the
love
painting. I think it was one of the Vercinis.
Amazing.
I want that painting in my house.
Yeah.
And in the ending that they originally did that failed, it showed them trying to get, because you see the Statue of Liberty lying on the ground there. It showed them trying to get the Statue of Liberty back, and them arguing over money.
Right. Okay.
To do with it. And it was robbed us of more Peter McNichol as well.
They wanted a more positive, upbeat ending. I'm getting
Yeah, and there was a little bit about them talking about how they came to America as well, and it finishes on Liberty Island, which is what we get the clips of in a second, which was shot for the original ending, but it just died a death.
Yeah, he's great. Rick Moranis is my favorite character of this.
Obviously, Harold Ramis died, and he wrote the first two films.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that the first time.
I don't know if you remember me saying this, Jay. He is, isn't he?
It's a beautiful physical comedy.
In Afterlife, I thought that Harold Ramis's character was the main character, even though Harold Ramis is no longer.
I agree.
Yeah, it is,
100%.
and they did it the perfect
tastefully.
way, so tastefully.
And Ivan Reitman played his double as well in it. I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm sorry. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's good. Weren't we? We
were going to go and see it, but then life happened.
Yeah, life happened. Stuff got in the way. Yeah.
8 times I saw it at the cinema. I would have seen it more, but bloody COVID knocked me down.
Yeah.
So I've got a.
This film didn't have enough Slimer. Didn't have enough Slimer in it.
It didn't. I've got a proposition. So we watch Afterlife, then we watch Answer the Call, just because I want to know what Dom thinks about it, and I feel like
I agree, and I think that's the right way to do it as well.
Yeah, and then we watch Evolution.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
Which is on Disney Plus at the moment, and it's
Ivan
Reitman. Yeah.
With Fox Mulder, what's his name?
David Duchovny and
David Duchovny.
Right.
So this is the scene here. You see that New York Heart Liberty. All of this was what was part of. Well, all of this. This is taken from the original finish that was then, and this is the only surviving footage it seems as well. None of the actual original footage has ever been released. That really breaks me up. There's so much unreleased footage still from Ghostbusters 2 that they've never released. And considering how many bloody, re-releases they've done, and considering how much they charge for this bloody thing,
that was too much.
Yeah.
Too much cheddar.
Nah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. It was partly because you guys were with me, but also I still prefer it to the first one because I like silly fun stuff.
So if you could give it a mark out of 10, what would it be?
I'm gonna give that a solid 7.5 out of 10. That was good.
Okay, so you gave Ghostbusters the OG 7 out of 10. This is 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, 0.5 better.
Nothing higher than that.
I think I'm gonna go. Like Dan said earlier, I think I'm gonna go back and watch it myself for my own enjoyment because of the bits I missed. Because obviously, things happening with the stream or whatever.
Like slime.
What?
Like the slime.
Like the slime. I missed the slime. Yeah.
Daddy, what's the slime for?
Yeah, all right. Stop. I don't want you to be my daddy. It's all right. Yeah.
Happy relationship.
Yeah.
Daddy.
No, but it was awesome, and thank you guys so much for joining me as well. Thank you for being here because it was really cool. It was really cool. I enjoyed just the dynamic and the facial expressions. I'll mention again. Special mention for because they make the film for me. Yeah. You guys, what was it like watching? Because you guys have all seen it before. What was it like watching it again?
I've seen it
in this setting as well.
So many times.
In this setting as well, where people, a few people watching along with us, The
thing is, Ghostbusters 2 is it's the same as Ghostbusters 1 in that I could just quote it from beginning to end because I've seen it countless times.
That's the thing. Like, if you like watching it now, it's just like I couldn't even tell you how many times I've seen this film this year, let alone
okay.
Exactly.
Like, that's what Ghostbusters is for me. It's
So you guys watch it recreationally? You guys watch it just for fun?
All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I will watch 1 and 2 back to back, and now that 3's out, I'll just watch 1, 2, and 3 in like an evening.
Yeah. Ghostbusters
several times a year
is one of those films that I can put on if I'm not feeling very well.
Yeah.
Yes. Mate, I'm the same.
Yeah.
It's because you know what you're going to get. It's always hilarious. It never stops being funny.
It's got proper feel good. Like it's almost like it's almost like it's a friend in many ways. Like when you're low, whether it be you're low because you're just emotionally low, or whether it be you're low because you're unwell.
I'm always emotionally
Ghostbusters is a great thing to go to, and it is it's kind of a pick me up in many ways. It really, really is. It's like I completely
watch it.
Agree
like,
with you.
regardless of how you're feeling. Like if it's you don't really want to focus on something, or you want to watch every moment and like quote the whole way through. You can multitask and do other things. Like whatever mood
you have
you're
on the
in.
background and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's cool. I'm gonna go back and watch it for my own enjoyment again. I think.
If you, I will say as well, if you ever do a Turtles 90 watch along, give me a
we
shout
said that
back.
we mentioned that when you went off to get your food. I was like,
no, I was going to say to you, Dan. So there's some news for you. The original series that was in black and white.
Yeah,
is getting a big hardcover release, and I think it's about 850 pages or so. And it's oversized, so it's bigger than a normal comic.
I was going to say, how much is that? That's going to be, like you say, 850 pages, 850 quid, most likely.
It'll be, I think it is about 150, but you'll be able to get it for about 70 on places like Speedy Hen and Books, etc. when it comes out.
Because that sounds awesome. The original, this is the thing. It's another one of those cases where you try not to be like, you don't want to be a gatekeeper or anything, but I think, and it's not because you don't want to stop anyone from. Like, I've got no problems. I love the fact that Answer the Call came out, and I love the fact that it was all female because it really did introduce, right? You always run the risk, and I know, like, I run in a women's wrestling promotion, so I come at it maybe from a different angle than a lot of people would see, right? And a load of people got really angry over the fact that it was an all female because they were like, "Oh, this is just woke stuff." You know what it did? It opened it up to a whole bunch of people that. We're told that this is for boys, so you can't have it. And that's and I love that. And now you see at conventions, and you see so many. And it's not that you didn't see female Ghostbuster fans, but I swear you see more. And I've seen the stories from a load of people saying that like they saw Answer the Call, they got told no, like check the original, and they loved the original so much. And
it introduced me to Kate McKinnon. I didn't know who Kate McKinnon was until I watched that film, and I was like, she's hilarious. She's the best thing about it. And then I went and found she was on Saturday Night Live, and then all of a sudden went into a hole of just watching all her best like skits on. And she's still one of the funniest like comedians in the moment.
Charlotte, your thoughts on
that?
Yeah,
I found it quite funny. They were talking about like, people getting mad about women in theatre, and I was like, I kept jumping in, and it's like, no, we're still talking, dear. So, I'll sit quietly and wait my turn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think the issue you've got as well though is that it's great if it brings in women into the films that didn't watch it before, but as somebody who watched them before and you're comparing them as everybody else who watched it do, you compare it, and there were so many bits that infuriated me as a woman watching this film where you go, you're trying to make it so it's women can be Ghostbusters too, that's great. Why did you make the receptionist a really stupid man when that wasn't the female character equivalent before? Why are you making the jokes super juvenile and like just gross dick jokes and fart jokes and stupid little jokes that aren't like, for people who watch the originals, they're not funny compared to the sort of humor that we watched it for. We watched these because they're sarcastic and dry and like clever, like timed wit.
But can I also say that, with all due respect, that Ghostbusters film isn't aimed at us. It's aimed at a younger generation. My kids love it. It's aimed at them. It's aimed at people that are, 6 to 12 years old.
They should have
The other
probably
thing
done
is-
that separate to the female part then. Don't try
Yeah.
pushing both agendas at the same time.
Well, part of
Making
the
it
issue
that the
that
female
film...
version, it's like, well, that's not
Yeah.
what female fans wanted.
It's a shame because I think that might have ruined any other female reboots of that type because it was done quite badly. But I do
saying
like
that,
it.
Afterlife, I mean, I don't want to give away too much because, of course, Dom hasn't seen it and neither has Charlotte. But like Afterlife, that is a female-heavy movie.
It is, and it's done really, really well.
So like, and that's another thing that I thought. Like a load of people say, because you do see that toxic side of the fandom. Every fandom has it. There's no escaping it. Ghostbusters is no exception. We don't, and it's just like, and you see them saying we don't want this. It's men. It's just like you're the same guys that are saying how much you loved Afterlife, and it's like, I'm sorry, but McKenna Grace and what's her face that plays the mother as well.
Yeah,
but they're both phenomenal in the movie.
McKenna Grace, you would have no idea. Like she is Egon reincarnate.
It's
unbelievable how good she is in it.
It's phenomenal. But
I worry that you might not like it because it's not funny.
All right. Well, no. I mean, I'll definitely check it out.
The great line to describe it is: I remember watching a press pass that Bill Murray was doing, and they asked, you've seen the film. What is it you thought? What do you think about people's feedback so far? This is just before the release, so it's only done the test screening. And he goes, "Oh, it's great. Like we made a comedy, and everyone's come out crying, telling us how much they loved it. But it's crying with sadness and tears, and
I cried.
And it's just like, everyone did. I did. Fucking 7 of the 8 times I saw it. So,
I
cried 3 times in different bits.
That we watched the trailer for Afterlife now.
Yeah, right.
We should be allowed to show that as well.
Yeah, well, there's a way to. So Dan, we worked out how to do it. It's the way to get around it is for us to be bigger than the film. Yeah. So long as we are bigger than the film, and there is a setting in StreamYard to do it.
But also because it's just a trailer, they're not going to shut us down because it's a reaction to a trailer.
Can you pull it up? Can you pull it up, Jay, and maybe try with the other?
I'm pulling it up as we speak.
Find it on there.
Just going back whilst you're doing that, just to come back to what?
No pressure, Charlotte.
Just to come back to the story of
hang on. I'll
do we
stretch.
trust the woman to do this?
No, that's not what we were doing. Oh my god. Hang on, I'm just gonna stretch. I know I'm making weird sounds. I'm just stretching.
By the way, we've got spam again. Venkman. Oh, it's just gone. Well done. You saw it.
Can you do the spam, please, dude?
Oh yeah, I must sort that out.
So one thing I was just going to say with regards to the Answer the Call, remember Answer the Call didn't have much of a script. They just kept shooting and let the girls do their humor that they would do when they're live doing their stand-up. And they just kind of made a film around it, which is also isn't good for a script to be tight, which comes back to what you were saying, Jay, about if it was actually properly edited down, there's probably a better film around it.
I think the actors are good. I actually think all the actors
are very. Melissa McCarthy grates on me a little bit, but
she's not my favorite, but she has been good in some stuff. And I just feel like you could edit that film.
Who does a really good Justin Bieber impression. I love it a bit.
Great, isn't it?
I could watch her for days.
Couldn't tell you any of the actresses' names, but Holtzman, the person that plays Holtzman, I believe you were talking about earlier. I assume that was she's fantastic in it.
Oh, you do it, Charlotte.
Cool. Have you pulled it up, dude? Have you got it up, Jay?
I'm just trying to figure out the right ratio.
We've got the one that's 234.
So it's not. It's the other one. There's another one. There's a different one.
As
in,
I'm trying to figure out how to make it smaller than us on the
screen. That's what I mean.
Is it that one?
There is a way. There is a way to do it. We did figure it out.
Hang on. Spammers.
That's right. Yeah, sorry about the spammers. It does happen, unfortunately.
All right.
I'll just go.
You can see right down his bum. Look.
Sorry. All the spammers, right? Okay. So if you go, that one, well then you can't see us. Unfortunately, that's annoying. So that's how we would get away with it normally. That layout.
It would just be your reaction.
So you're saying that layout as if I know.
I think it's fine. surely it's okay to show the trailer.
Well, let's do the let's just do that then. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's see. It's just a shame that it only has the one. It only has one person. If it's the other setting, but let's do that, Jay. Let's go back to what we were doing before.
Right, is yours the one that you've got? Is it 2:34?
Yeah.
2 minutes 34. Yeah. Right, do you want to just watch it blind then?
Yeah, go for it.
Ready?
Are we going to count down or?
Yeah, let's count down. 30.
No.
29.
2 minutes 34. 33.
Yeah.
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Hank, can you see it on the screen?
No.
Right.
Just watch it, it'll be fine.
It's fine. We'll do it now.
Because it says it's on, but it won't let me remove it. It's being a bit weird. Add to stream. Here we go.
There you go.
So this is her grandfather's house that he's left her.
Okay.
They're broke, so they've had to move into it.
All the others.
We'll do that at some point, and then we'll do.
Look up the final trailer and we'll watch that one as well. It's slightly different. Oh, it's worth it, trust me.
The final trailer.
Yeah, the final trailer.
As in...
Are we
Afterlife
putting
final
that on
trailer.
as well?
Yeah.
Dan's just got annoyed and gone.
Really?
Dan has left.
Dan has left. And well, anyway, no one wants to see us just silently watching a trailer. So I feel
Dan is
like
back.
Right, let's just watch this for a minute, then we'll talk about it. Quick, make it big, make it big, make it big.
It's not on that one.
Make it big,
No,
make
it'll
it
be
big.
fine. We'll just talk about it real quickly.
All right, so we're watching a different version of the
so
trailer.
watching a different trailer. I don't have this in front of me, so I can't stream this. Because I don't know.
You've
what
seen
you're
the
doing.
film, so don't worry about it. It's just going to show you
I've
more
seen the
bits
film,
of the
yeah.
film.
Is that a ghost tiger?
It was from the first film,
All right.
the big dog fella.
Oh, yeah. The beginning.
Pterodon.
There's a photo. That's old school photo.
Watch this, look.
Oh, staple, little baby staple.
Oh, the little
Look
baby
at the blender.
staple.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No! He put the stapler in the blender.
I would buy those as like bags of
Yeah, I
marshmallows,
know,
like,
right?
s'mores and stuff. Just have
I'd eat
them.
those.
Yeah, Dom.
Oh man,
Watch this, look.
those dogs.
Watch.
So cool.
Have you missed us? Oh, I fucking love it.
I love the little baby Stay Puffs. That was amazing.
Does that make you excited to watch
That
it?
does make me excited to watch it. Yeah, we'll watch that.
What we're doing next week?
Yeah. Might be able to do it next week, and maybe.
So-
I'm
maybe
in
I'll do
Spain,
that.
so you guys are doing.
Oh.
You guys are
You
doing
can do it from Spain.
what?
I might
Maybe.
not be able to anyway. Because I'm say between houses. It makes it sound like I'm on the street.
You're between houses. Charlotte's between houses.
When are you back from Spain?
Not in that
The
way.
week after. Well, you guys are
Yeah,
doing
when?
the one day after, like Tuesday the following week. So not next week, the week after.
Tuesday the 9th.
Yeah. But
Oh,
you
don't
guys
go
are doing
away.
you guys are doing something together anyway. You guys are doing Sandman for me. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
Have you-
yeah,
have you
yeah.
asked?
So,
Have you asked?
no, because we've been on the stream.
You haven't been asked yet. Whoops.
No,
I was like,
Basically, the next thing we're going to do is Sandman, because the TV series of Sandman is starting up on Netflix very soon. And what I was hoping to do is, because Dom's going to be away in Spain, is Graeme and I will talk about Sandman and discuss it. That was the plan, but I haven't asked you that yet.
And
because
Charlotte,
obviously
if you want to
came
join
in
as well, yeah.
half an hour late, so I haven't
Well,
had
hang
time
on.
to talk about it.
Yeah, sorry, that was
Anyway.
my fault.
Dan's back. He must have gone for a poo.
He
Yeah.
went for a bit. Anyway, so
or Jello.
the film has ended. Now we're
Yeah.
just kind of watching
really.
trailers and not just talking anything and not involving
Well,
any viewers who are watching. So, how did everybody find Ghostbusters 2?
well,
You
Alright.
searched on Amazon for my previously purchased movies.
I
That's how I found it.
Bruce C. Kruger asks if we've done films like this before.
so
This is the 4th, I think.
we returned.
Done.
We have returned to doing movies on Give Me a Whole Yeah. Anthony said no initially, that I couldn't do
Yeah.
movie nights on Give Me a Whole Yeah. So I've got around it by doing movie nights on Soundsphere and Give Me a Whole Yeah. And we've done, what have we done here? We did Terminator.
So we've
Have you done
Terminator 1 and
Terminator
2.
We did
Oh,
We've
you've
done
done Terminator
Terminator 1 and
2.
2.
We did Terminator 2.
We haven't done Predator yet. We've done Dark
No.
Knight. We've done Labyrinth. We've done Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2.
V for
I'm
Vendetta.
sh- No, did we do V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
V Vendetta. We also did on Soundsphere. We did Halloween.
And we did Halloween
just after it came out. The new one. Yeah. So
we've actually done quite more than I thought. Actually,
yeah. So this is nice. It's nice to go back to it though, and it's lovely to have Dan in as well.
But we need to do Predator. We need to do Ghostbusters Afterlife.
If you want us on Predator, I would gladly join you on Predator as well.
That's awesome.
As I mentioned earlier, I adore. Oh mate, again, that's another epic score.
It's so good.
It's
Alan Silvestri.
Yes,
you know what?
And John McTiernan, is amazing as a director in it. Like John McTiernan, I honestly believe, probably because of the, what happened to him a bit later on, but John McTiernan, I honestly believe, is one of the most underrated directors in terms of notoriety. Within the movie industry, obviously, I think everybody realizes how great John McTiernan is. But in terms of notoriety, he deserves so much more notoriety. He's incredible. I mean, you look, freaking Die Hard. Hello.
Die Hard.
Yeah. C. Kruger says, Die Hard as well, yeah.
Conan,
yeah. There's a lot of films. We've got to be selective because obviously, people that we again appreciate Graeme, Charlotte, Dan, and Jay for giving up their time as well to come and.
If I could make a business recommendation, if you're able to time it as being the first one back from when you're back from holiday, Prey would have not long just started streaming.
Yeah, I really want to watch Prey.
Film. And that would be the one. That would be the point where you do Predator because you jump on the back of Prey.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Dan. Yeah. Well, let's.
Oddly, I actually rewatched Alien vs Predator Requiem last night. After not seeing it for ages, and I was like, this is not as shit as I remember it being, but I still can't see anything.
Yeah, do you know what, right? AVP, the first one, is actually a guilty pleasure. I love the first AVP.
I like it. It's bloodless, but it's silly, but I like it. It's actually got some really good bits in it. The second one...
Have you guys seen a fan film called Batman Dead End?
Yes.
I've not seen that.
You'd like it. It's only 10 minutes long, but it is very good. It's directed by the guy who designed the Jurassic Park logo, Sandy.
I didn't know that part.
Sandy Ralph, something. I can't remember now.
Yeah, Rauth, isn't it?
Yeah.
This isn't when Batman versus Predator.
This is Batman versus Predator versus Alien.
Versus Aliens. Yeah,
no,
that's great.
Batman versus Alien versus Predator in a film. It's good.
In a film.
Yeah,
it is. It's
surprising, because you say fan film and you think, Be Kind, Rewind almost. You think about movies being sweeted, but it looks really good. It kind of reminded me of when you remember all the fan made, or there was one particular with Michael J. White where they tried to do a Mortal Kombat and it was a fan made because it actually did lead to Conquest. I think it was that led to but yeah, it is really, really good.
It's really well directed. It looks like a movie.
It was quite decent for what it was. And the same people then made Batman and Superman World's Finest, which is like a mock trailer for a fake film that doesn't exist. And that was also quite good. Not the same guy.
I've never seen that one. I never saw that.
I think it's the director that plays Batman in it as well. You'd like it as well.
Cool. We'll have to check that out as well.
Like it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think Dom would like the Joker in Batman Dead End as well.
The Joker in Batman Dead End is really good.
So good. Perfect.
After this, can we just watch it?
We'll watch it for fun after this. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm conscious that we've been going on for a bit, and I'm very
rambling now.
Very happy to carry on, but Anthony has to do another has to do an AEW stream in 30 minutes. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you guys on. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to those that have joined us and those that will watch it back as well. We've had Dan Reed from Pro Wrestling Eve, which I'll post a couple of links, post the video once we're done. I'll post links and stuff in the comments to Pro Wrestling Eve, Jay from Inkblot Films, and Graeme and Charlotte from the Comic Sphere, which is our Soundsphere platform. So, and you can see some wonderful interviews with comic book writers and film producers that Graeme and Jay have done. If you check out that part of our channel. So yeah, thanks for bearing with us. A few technical glitches, but good lessons for all of us, I think. Thank you. Yes, as ever, as all the time. Dan will tell you, no matter what I do, it always happens. Like I'm always doing. These things always happen. But yeah,
that's why people tune in, right? Because we're like the raggy dolls.
Jesus, yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody's patience and thank you guys so much for watching. So, yeah, I guess we don't have a sign out for Soundsphere, do we? Because we
we don't. But I need to highlight this comment. Well, guys and Charlotte, it's over. Ghostbusters 2 in the box, ready to go. We be fast
and they be slow.
There you go. There you go.
He also said Grayson as well. Grayson's other fan film was really good. You should watch that as well.
Cool.
That's like 3 minutes long.
Well, maybe we just watch. Yeah, maybe we'll watch them.
We should just have a short film-a-thon, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, nice. Dan, are you going to watch AEW? Are you off to bed or what are you up to?
I've got probably. I don't know if I'm going to watch AEW, to be honest with you. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you anything about tonight's card. I really don't. Right now, like I'm dealing with is I don't know how much you guys know with regards to like independent venues. There's independent venues are still struggling. And so, you know, one of the venues that we were using, actually two of the venues that we were using have actually closed down. So, so I've just mainly spent the last couple of weeks just like just trying to sort out new venues and everything. And I've got hardly any awareness of anything that's kind of going on outside that because my head has just been trying to sort that out. So I have no idea what's going on with AEW at all. Otherwise, as I'm already up, I'd probably say to Ant that I'd join him, but I have no idea what's going on.
Well, it's cool. Well, I hope you get all that sorted, dude. And like
I'd imagine you guys are aware of that because Soundsphere, you're a freaking music, so you know that a load of music venues are massively struggling still.
Yeah,
you know, like the mid-level, especially like the top end is doing great. Mainly, and Ticketmaster are being classic Ticketmaster right now and up and even.
Oh, what they're doing in America is disgusting.
They're starting it over. It's doing it here as well. Like where they're just doing it under different ways. Mate, it's so bad.
I don't know about. I mean, I don't know because I've not bought many tickets recently, but I know some folks in America that have bought tickets to see Bruce Springsteen and people like that.
Oh yeah, they're hundreds of dollars, aren't they? Yeah.
Tickets $200 each, and then the admin fee on top of that is $150.
Yeah,
which is unbelievable. I could not believe that.
I have friends that handle the north, the north of England for independent venue week, and they've been doing a lot of really hard work over the last few weeks and months to help out northern venues, and it's tough. It's really, really tough. So yeah, I definitely empathize with you, man.
The mid-level live entertainment, live music scene is really struggling, and like we all know there's a cost of living crisis going on. Which, of course, if you've then got the top end acts all putting their prices up and then some, and then you're dealing with things like Ticketmaster, the poor mid-level acts, and that's kind of like where the situation is. So, yeah, like it's now Soundsphere is probably therefore more important now than ever because there really is almost a war on, albeit unintentional, but that kind of level. I know so many music promoters that are quitting in addition to it's crazy right now.
I saw a post on Facebook the other day about someone that quit, just someone based in London who just quit because they just fallen out of love with it over the pandemic. They were really
that Ian?
Yeah, Ian Scott.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of mutual friends. I don't know him personally, but a lot of mutual friends. But a lot of people were sharing his post because obviously doing a lot of work over the last decade for the London music scene, and a lot of people were sad to see him go. And
he's a good dude. He genuinely is a good dude.
I hear amazing things about his work. But so definitely empathize with you, man, and obviously we'll keep us posted on how it goes too. I'm sure we'll definitely when we do another stream, we'll let you know what we're doing. And sorry, I'm throwing things back. We'd love to have you on, mate. That'd be amazing if you'd come back and we'll
try and time it with Predator.
We'll pre-prep.
I can do it from my house now as well.
That's true. That's true. So that'd be really handy.
She's trying to get herself sorted.
The businessman in me says time Predator with Prey, and
I agree.
And
I can always watch Predator constantly without stopping. Just any time of the day can watch Predator. It's fantastic. So I would say.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Before we finish, then, obviously, Dan, you have Pro Wrestling Eve. Anything else you'd like to plug before we finish up?
No.
Okay. All right, Graeme, Charlotte, anything you'd like to plug? What have you got going on? Anything you want people to check out?
In September on the something, in Hull. I don't know what date it is. Hang on, give me a second.
Okay, this is good for plugging.
What is it?
Yeah, I'll start again. In September on the 10th, I'm hosting a charity gig in what's the word?
O'Reilly's, isn't it? O'Reilly's.
Yeah, it's in O'Reilly's on Beverley Road.
Decibels dystrophy.
Yeah, and it's in aid of muscular dystrophy. Tickets are £5 and there's 5 bands playing, so please come down. It's a Saturday night.
Pound a band.
Yeah,
Pound a band.
We're gonna be doing some plugging for it on Soundsphere, so we'll be able to check it.
Like separate
Dom will be there. I'll be there.
Go.
Yeah.
I'll come.
Yeah,
Jay, come because you'll like it.
I'll come.
Yeah.
What bands have you got? Do you know the bands?
Lots of bands. What bands have we got?
I can't remember.
Okay. Jay, what have you got?
I'm there.
What have you got to plug, Jay? Anything?
I've got to plug my butt. No, I'm kidding. Nothing. Just myself.
Inkblot Films.
Inkblot Films is a thing. It exists. I like doing these streams, so I'm happy to do them whenever. I hope people have enjoyed it. I hope everyone watching has enjoyed the fact that we kept like dropping off and then coming back on the stream again. And I hope we were entertained by all of this dumb fuckery that's been going on.
Indeed. Thank you guys all so much. Appreciate it. Jay, you're in charge of signing us out. So what you got to do? Obviously, you've got the comics bit. Well, you've got the comics bit intro, outro, but then we've also got to have something for when we come back, so it doesn't look like we just pop on and pop back off again. So I'm going to put a banner up.
Before you go,
okay.
Broken Scarecrow playing Decibels for Dystrophy. They played last year. They're really, really good. We've got Assassin, Fallen Fields, and Matt Howlett is opening, I think.
Nice.
If I remember rightly.
I'll post a link in the post a link in the comments for you.
Look us up on Facebook. It'll be good. Decibels. I don't do the bands. I do everything else.
Decibels for Dystrophy. Right. Cool.
Well, thank you very much for that, Graeme. Thanks, Dom, for turning up half an hour late. Thank you, Charlotte, for being here as well. It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And Dan, special guest star. Thank you very, very much for joining. It's been great. We've had a little bit of a chat on the chat, but we've not met each other digitally, have we?
Have we? No, I don't think we have. I think
it's the first time we've actually seen.
Yeah, I think. Did you do a wrestling one? Oh no.
I did a wrestling one, and I kind of want to do another because I haven't seen wrestling since like the 90s.
No. I just feel like I feel like a dick because I didn't ask Charlotte. Have you got anything to plug?
Yeah, but why would you, Dom? Hey, why would you? What? Like,
I work for a new company that's bio-based and plant-based plastics. So watch out for the environment, peeps.
What's it called?
It's called Florian.
Florian.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll find that and I'll post it.
We give a shit about the environment. We like plant-based things. So yeah.
Those ones fine now. I don't care.
Yeah.
Saw someone say there was a big thing online going the other day with people saying this whole protect the planet and everything is all rubbish. Do you remember when everyone was going on about the ozone layer and how that was a big problem, and now no one goes on about it and just like, oh my fucking god, there's a reason.
Like CFC gases were banned, weren't they?
Yeah, it's like that is one of the great showings of where the countries actually came together and did something that was for the benefit of everyone. Yeah. Like they just show just how much what can actually happen.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my days.
And it was now at night because Anthony's to come on.
Yeah, Anthony's coming on soon.
Okay, right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Who you're gonna call the Comic Sphere?